Hello everyone, it's your boy Plays, and today we are going to show you guys how to do attack strategies. And the second one is how to lay out your base, the third one is how to fight Dr. Hammerman, and the last one is how to use his troops in an attack battle. And then, did you know 56% of you guys aren't actually subscribed? So please do, if you enjoy these intellectual commentaries, which is what I call it, don't judge me. And if you want to give a like on this video, please do. And obviously, don't forget to follow me on Twitch. And the Discord is in my bio. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So obviously, we're gonna ready. You should ready up your troops. Obviously, I've already got it ready, and then I'm basically maxed out. So obviously, I have a lot of power in my hand to take these guys down. So what you do first is you just scout the opponent. It's in blue. It says scout, and then what you do is you view the base. You see what the weak areas are. You can see that clearly this area we want to take out because that can deal a lot of damage to us. And then you can see that if you go this way, the mines will deal out damage to our troops, so we don't want to do that. So essentially forcing us to go this way. There's one odd mine there, but it doesn't matter. And let me show you as I go along with the gameplay. So what you want to do is actually put an artillery right there. I missed one of my artilleries, but that's what you need to do. And then you put him heavy there, and then you can put. What happens when you put your flag earlier means that the riflemen come in quicker, and the other ones come in slower. But that's like important because you need to make sure you have a certain troop spawn at a certain time. Obviously, as you can see that these guys, they're dealing hefty damage. So I need to make sure I take down this base quick, or get enough points to take down some of this base. So I got them. Okay, so that was decent. But you can see what I mean by that. Like, you need to make sure you don't have weak troops. I mean, no, like, it's annoying. Like, now the opponent's reset. Now it's level 7. Yeah. So we're gonna go again, and I'll see you guys in a sec. So I just realised I'm max, so I actually have to upgrade my headquarters. So I'm going to do that, and it's 24. I might be able to gem it. Also, you guys don't have to do that, but I can. And I'm gonna take my gems. I've got enough to get my trader. Not yet actually. That's the base, and then right. So, so we're gonna go again. Obviously, not an L this time. So this is opponent right here. We're gonna go for him. And what we're going to do is the same thing. So again, so the key thing was attack strategies and attack, how you spawn your troops in attack. So with this base, you don't just put your troops in first. You put in your artillery. Your artillery's on the right side. It costs 3, like for the first shot, and then the artillery increases over time. So we're gonna go all out 3 on that one. Now there's only 1 left. Now what do we do here? We could try to go for the headquarters, but it won't work. So what we're gonna do is put the heavy right there. So we want it to actually go through the mines, just because we know they're weak, and if it doesn't go through the mines, then fair enough. But what we're gonna do is make sure we don't get like troubled with the riflemen. We're gonna put the riflemen afterwards, just because we don't want any splash damage being dealt to the riflemen. The heavy will survive. Obviously, my misunderstanding that the mine was going to, my misunderstanding, the mine was going to get blown up. In fact, there was a close one for the heavy. The heavy just survived, and I'll see you guys in a sec when we blow up this base. Right, so we took down the base, and if you guys aren't where we got no casualties. And that is how you do an attack. Then I'm gonna show you my base layout. So I want to show you now what the key difference between your base could be and mine. So with mine, you can clearly see what the main obvious thing is everything's spread out. It's got its own area that's spread out, and you can see there's a reason why the layout's like this. So the reason why this is in the center, central towering is like a key way of defending a base if you don't know what that is. So these mines are here, so that means if the troops come in this way and they spread out, right, there'll be more likely chance these mines have this in its radius will be able to hit the troops. In other words, normal English, the mine will be able to blow the troops up, and they go around with the smoke bomb or like a smoke targeter and they put it over here, and then they destroy these buildings. The rifle towers actually have enough distance, and they won't get troubled immediately because once this building gets destroyed, the wood storage, the troops will have to go to Sawmill unless they target the sniper tower. That's the only way they can do it, which makes it harder. And if they go up to the very top, they won't actually take down my troop my what do you call it my HQ because my sniper tower is in the center again, and on this side again we're secure. So this is the best way to use your buildings and make it effective. Even ones that are not that strong, making the gold storage good use. You can clearly see that everything's max, and this is how you want to make sure you've got your base secure. So then you should always upgrade your gunboat. That's something I would remind you. Landing crafts to max. This is the heroes base. I'll talk about that in like a future video. This is a trade you can straight loot with. Obviously, I can't do it again. And then just about that, I want to say that make sure when you have a mortar, the mortar has something called which is unreachable range, which is basically like the range right next to the mortar, which it can't like shoot towards because it essentially will blow itself up if it shoots in its own radius where it doesn't allow itself to shoot in. You'll see what I mean when you get the mortar. And what I was going to say is that if you put the mortar in the middle because then it'll be first of all it's got long range. Second of all, it does lots of DPS, and third of all, it's got splash damage. And lastly, because a lot of people use riflemen and at low level, you want to make sure your mortar's able to reach all ranges, deal enough damage to all the opponents that obviously push your base, and then. Obviously, they might be higher, they might be lower than you. And the reason about this tree layout like this, it makes it harder for the opponent, to realize there's gold storage here, or just in general, it's a good cover of the base. You should never open up your base too much because then it allows the troops to walk further upwards and come down. With trees here, some of the troops won't be able to actually get through round. I'm not saying some, but troops won't actually be able to do it. So again, quite a long speech, and I want to make sure that's clear, so you guys don't actually make this mistake because it's important in Boom Beach to survive. Because if your base gets destroyed, then everything gets destroyed, and you don't want to lose your loot. So yeah, and then let's get into attack and show you again another way of taking down your opponent. Right, we found an easy opponent. No mistakes here. No mistakes. Okay, we can't attack him, but we can see him. Easy opponent. You can take down. So if you were to attack this base, you put the two mines over here around this area, and you blow all of them up. Or you can do at least blow these three up. You get enough points to destroy these sniper towers as well, and you can just take out the rest of the base. But obviously he's online. But again, that's just a hint on what we should do on that guy. And what we're gonna do is attack an online opponent right here. And we're gonna make sure we don't mess up. So I'm not sure if our base we've got strong enough troops for this, but I think I know what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna go right there, just in that weak spot. We don't want anyone to. So we're going to put this one slightly in front to make the riflemen come out quicker. You can see there actually is a difference. They do come out quicker. And now, obviously, we dodged the mines, so the mines are dodged. And this SMG machine gun does have a bit of splash damage, as you can see clearly. But we're going to make sure that Mr. Mortar is dealing that damage, and the machine gun is dealing that much damage. We need to make sure we take out this side of the base, and then once we get enough artillery, we need to make sure we immediately spawn it on the weakest defense. So this might not go to plan, but if all's true, I should be able to. Okay, yeah, I couldn't take it, but obviously, because that's a good effort. Because obviously, I'm not high enough for this guy because he's a high level than me. But again, decent effort, and I was gonna get the new um, base upgrade, and obviously, you guys don't really have to do it, but I'm gonna do it for the content. And 3, 2, 1, there you go. Your gunboat has more artillery fire, flares. There you go. So now we've introduced flares, and super slide D. I'll do that another time. Make sure you do that because it secures account, always secure account. Make sure you do so. So here's the mortar. I really was talking about this. It's such an important defense, and it's really good as well. So you want to make sure, like, what I'm gonna do is put one up, the residence one up, HQ one up, and then I have enough space to put my radar over here. The mortar in the perfect middle. Now it's got enough range. You can see what I mean by the range it can't reach in the inner part, which is like unhighlighted. You can't reach in that range because it will blow itself up. That's why. And essentially, yeah. And then we've got obviously the new gunboat ability, and then we need troops. But and an overall conclusion, I think that was a pretty good progress we made there. Obviously, sorry about the attack at the very beginning. And thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Comment below any video, like for Boom Beach, you want me to upload. And I'll shout you out in my next video if you do so. So please do. And again, don't worry about like any sort of like mistake I make. And if I say anything, sorry about that. Like, I'm just trying to give them information in a short period of time, so